Swanee River, far, far away. That's where my heart is yearning ever, home where the old folks stay.
Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron. The podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Wow.
Guys,
Come on.
I got some bad news.
What happened this time?
I
You went
got
to the doctor
something
again?
in the mail,
Okay.
and it says how you're going to die.
What?
Yeah.
Come again?
Yeah, I bought it
What church did this come
in the
from?
back of a magazine,
It was a chick track.
and it's actually a cootie catcher,
Come
Oh,
on.
aka fortune teller.
fortune teller.
And again,
Describe it a little bit more because that is confusing.
it's folded paper.
Right.
Okay.
And again, I was challenged to make a audio only podcast.
Yeah.
As bad as possible. So I brought a
Right.
visual demonstration.
Come
we
on.
also did this on what, like episode 5?
180? Yeah.
With
Ellis of Cobb and Penn.
Yeah,
Cobb and Penn. So go
episode.
back. So this is folded paper
Yeah.
that predicts your death.
Right. And you may remember
Okay.
this from
Yeah.
like middle school.
Yeah.
I
Right.
remember it like depicting other
Yeah.
better, happier things.
Oh, well, this
Not
one
death.
actually has the things that represent Captain Planet, the TV show. So if you know something better than that.
Oh,
Wait,
I
this
like
is a death predictor?
Yeah.
And you brought it on our show?
Well,
Earth, Wind, Fire.
Earth, Wind, yeah. So I just thought we could run through them and you could find out how you die. I
Let's do it.
already know mine,
Come on.
and I'll share it later, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Wayne, do you want to go first with the
not
cootie
particularly. but-
catcher?
okay, go ahead. I
Pick one.
choose.
A cootie
There's
top. A
4
cootie
images on
top.
top.
Yeah.
There's a mountain,
Yep.
a cloud or wind,
Yeah.
fire, and water. I'm
Yeah.
going to choose water.
WATER.
Pick a number.
Pick
I'm
a
going to pick
number.
number 2.
1, 2.
I'm going to pick number 6.
Number 6. Okay. Go ahead and unfold number 6.
All right.
And
Let's
read it out
see
loud. How do you
what's going to happen.
die?
At the running of the bulls, someone bumps into you
Yeah.
and you choke on a gelato spoon.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Those things are usually like wood, right? The
Yeah, they are, yeah.
wooden,
But you would expect
spoons?
like a bull to really get horny.
I like that. Okay, this witchcraft device
Yeah.
that you have. I love that there's like an M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Yeah,
like you
always.
think it's going to be a bull.
And
Puncture-
then,
yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty
Will you
confident
do
a
it for
bull was gonna
Cam?
get
I
you.
can't do 2.
Joke's
'cause
on
then-
you. I love being. Here's Cameron. Let's see
Shrek.
here. Pick an element.
I'm going to go with wind.
Okay. W-I-N.
Is it air?
You got reverse. What are you doing? You're
Give it
opening
back-
it like
give it
a
back to
puppet
Josh.
mouth.
No one taught me how to use it.
WIND. It would say dealer's pick.
12. Keep going.
9, 10, 11, 12.
3.
Okay. 3. Wayne, you want to hand it to him? He can read his.
Go ahead. Here you go, Cameron.
What do I do?
You
3,
open the
flip it
number
over.
3 and read how
here
you're
it is.
going to die.
Yeah.
Let's
Welcome,
see.
families.
It just says, there's a snake in me boot. It says, it also says, wear the hat.
Yeah. I don't know where the hat went. There was the
It's
hat.
also-
There's a hat being
There's
brought
a
on.
picture. Was there a picture in
A
yours?
hat being brought on set.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I
No,
gotta wear this?
Yeah.
You have to
sorry.
wear that hat apparently.
Yeah. Someone want to do me?
There's a snake in me boot.
That's good, man.
Okay.
And also a little bit, I feel like
Mysterious.
yeah, a little
Look at that
mysterious.
Woody's face. That's
There's a picture of
very
Yeah,
sad.
we can
Sheriff
scan it and
Woody.
show it.
we can show that on to our live streamers here. This
Yeah.
picture is like a nightmare Woody from
Yeah.
Toy Story.
You can read the other deaths if you'd like.
I'm gonna read one more death at random before
Yeah.
we go to the headlines.
Let's take it.
It says, "You die a normal death. In heaven, you meet Harambe. He kills your soul. Now you're in hell." And then there's a cuss word.
Let's do headlines.
Let's do the headlines, please.
headline.
That's headline.
All right. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd
Oh my God.
says he is hotter than a bear butt on a tin roof in August.
Come on.
What's he talking
He's
about?
confident. Good looking man.
He is mad.
What's he mad
Okay?
about?
He is upset
Crime?
because they found out that one of their sheriff's volunteer officers
Okay.
was caught selling oxycodone out of a patrol car while in uniform.
Come on.
Okay, so that just says that his background check isn't very good.
Well, that's actually, you're skipping through my story, Josh.
I don't know it.
I'm going to get there, but
Okay,
here's what
I'm
happened,
sorry.
all right? 69-year-old David Roberts was caught selling prescription pills out of a patrol car in Lake Wales. Now, there was some rumors of this happening,
Nish.
and they decided to do like an undercover deputy buy. They sent an undercover deputy in to buy some pills.
Hey, man.
So
you got
it's
some
just
oxy?
a normal. He's in a duvet though,
Right.
And he's real sleepy.
Yeah.
So apparently he was offering pills at $12 a piece.
I don't know the
and
price.
this transaction happened while the deputy was sitting inside the car in a uniform and was just counting cash and counting pills.
I feel like you're going to get quality though, either at
Well,
a
yeah,
pharmacy
you
or
gotta
from
trust your seller.
a patrol car.
But that's my thing, though, is if I see a cop selling drugs, immediately I'm like, entrapment.
oh yeah.
So he
I
had
would
to
think
have
it's a
known
bust.
that the person
yeah.
coming up to him is like an undercover cop. I mean, that's like,
I don't know. Well, he's
No.
been doing this for so long. I think he just
Really?
doesn't care. But here's the thing. This is what Grady Judd said. He said, that makes me so crazy. I want to pluck my eyeballs out one at a time.
come on.
Okay,
That's a disorder,
guess.
actually. I think there's that's diagnosed. People
Yeah,
pluck their
yeah.
eyeballs out.
Why are you pointing?
plucking.
Why are you
Suzette
pointing
is
for
off
someone
camera,
to
our editor,
research
and
it?
she looks at. I think that's a real thing.
No,
I'm just saying.
Cam.
Anyways.
Cam, what he does, he says something
I know.
crazy, then points off screen.
Acting like somebody's going to back him up.
Yes.
Nobody's backing
She's
him up.
trying to back me up. We'll see.
right.
We have a great team.
Here's the thing. All right. So as they're doing this investigation, they also find a couple guns under his seat.
I would hope so.
In this
He's probably
patrol-
not mad about that.
Here's the thing. They find out in this investigation
Yeah.
that this guy is actually a convicted felon.
What?
He,
Wait, the cop is?
Yes.
And they were those
Well, hold on.
Orbeez guns.
He's not he's a volunteer sheriff's deputy.
But he's got a uniform and a cop car.
Exactly.
Checkmate.
Now, apparently, I don't know how 12 years ago, he somehow
I'm
slipped
sorry.
through the cracks with this background check. Nobody knew that he was a convicted felon from 52 years
Okay.
ago. So apparently he was arrested for burglary when he was 19 years old. So
Well,
the
I
fact
feel
that
like there's a forgiveness period.
I don't know. I
there,
mean, the
too.
fact that he's a convicted felon,
Yeah.
they're like, you can't have guns. You can't own guns.
Okay.
And
Well-
so now this not only this this drug trafficking charge is also going into a felony for having weapons. And so
Okay. Three
they're
strikes.
saying that he is recognized that he sold over 90 oxycodones at least. So they can track that.
Okay.
So minimum 15 years in prison.
Probably could have
Because
sold
he
more.
made $1,000.
Yeah, he probably could have sold more if he wasn't in a cop car.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not even a drug dealer. I'm a decent businessman, and I'm just like,
Who
don't
are you
sell,
pointing at again?
don't sell drugs out of the back of a cop car. Is all I'm saying.
Well, also, like I mean, I'm pretty good at shopping.
Right.
Okay.
Don't buy something out of a cop car, whether it's
Okay.
illegal
Don't buy
or
from
legal.
cops.
Exactly.
And I want to say this: there's got to be a little more room for grace, amen. In our police system, this fella commits a crime 12 years ago,
Yeah. No.
and then now
When he was 19, he's 69.
and they're going to
now.
tack on that sin
That's
to one a
50 years
decade
ago.
later.
Yeah.
I feel that's a bit rough.
I think a 50-year period, you get forgiveness.
Come on.
Well, here's what he said. He says, "Well,
Unless it's really bad.
oh, okay. Well, I embarrassed the agency."
He said that.
Yeah, and Judd says that's the understatement of the day. This is a
I'm
quote.
going to pluck my eyebrows out.
Hold on. This eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
This is a quote from Judd. He's
Hold-
given me a pain too,
Oh,
but
God.
I'm not gonna go get any oxys for it.
Yeah, we get it. Okay. Jeez.
Who
You're-
writes that
you're
guy's
clever.
stuff? That's what I
He
want.
ri-
You think
dude,
Grady writes his own
That's
stuff?
so natural, man. Yeah, absolutely.
He said
does.
he's hotter than a bear's butt on a tin roof.
Yeah, something like bear butt. Yeah,
That sounds like a Mad Lib.
Like a bear
Doesn't
butt.
it? It's a Mad Lib.
Yeah.
It's BARE too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, our next headline's also about a
Brady?
bad cop.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, supposedly. So some people in Broward County are really
No.
upset with one of the sheriff's deputies there because they are finding out that for years,
Here we go.
this deputy that is part of the Marine department at the police department or
Okay.
like the Marine unit.
I get
Right.
it. I get
He
it.
has
the
been
water
using,
unit.
the water
Yeah.
unit. He's been using a boat for personal use,
Fun.
taking, his family out,
Like
taking
fishing?
taking family friends out. Fishing, yes, there was fishing equipment found on the boat. There was alcohol apparently
no.
found on the boat. But like family friends, like his daughters, they'll take friends out on the boat.
Right.
And
Okay.
this boat is owned by the taxpayers, or
I thought it was a
bought-
ride along. It's not a ride along?
Here's the thing: nobody knows who's been paying for the gas for this boat for like
I'll tell you,
years.
the American people.
Well, that's what they're upset about, and that's what they're saying.
The
Right.
Broward County people.
Broward County. And the problem is that once this went under investigation, very quickly it was saying that, and I want to find the right words for, that apparently Internal Affairs said that this deputy and his superior, who actually says he gave him permission for this,
Well,
they are eligible for an admit it and move on option.
Come
what?
again?
What is that?
So they start this investigation.
Yeah.
This is
saying,
good.
okay, listen, it's been, said that you have been driving this boat for personal use for
Okay.
years. You
Yeah.
using gas from, that taxpayers are paying for. There's alcohol on this boat with minors that would be actually insured in a boat insured by
Yeah.
the county.
The county.
Yeah.
Right.
And all of this kind of stuff. And so they start an investigation, but then they say, well, they're eligible for admit it and move on. So basically,
I'm sorry.
the investigation was immediately closed.
I have a question. When's the last time the sheriff's department gave that privilege to a citizen? We're
When's
going to
the
have
last
cops
time-
investigate cops?
When's the last time that's ever been said?
It's
Admit
made
it
up.
and move on. Is it admitted?
Rules for thee, but not for me?
Is it admit it and move on like you're no longer a sheriff?
No, literally nothing happened.
Okay.
And so
Well, this
now
is a frowny face.
dude, this news agency is like going after it hard.
We should too.
I think we are after your big stance.
So
Yeah.
the investigator wrote in a report, I terminated my investigation, took no further action in the case after I found out that they were eligible for admit it and move on. And so apparently that's the
Cool.
thing, because there's been
Cool.
like past deputies, like
Yeah.
retired deputies that
Yeah.
have come forward and saying, okay, I don't think this is eligible for admit it, move on.
What's admitted and move on? Why is
I
this
guess
a
it's like,
thing?
my bad.
I will
did
have
that.
you know, I was selling drugs on the back of a cruiser
Yeah.
in uniform, but
Why
I
in the
admitted
back?
it,
Oh,
Yeah.
and I'd
you
like to
admitted
move
it?
on.
Let's do.
Oh, well, then that's
Investigation
okay.
closed.
Yeah.
Case
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah. And so anyways, they're saying because they, we don't know who paid for this. Dude,
You paid for it.
gas obviously is very expensive.
Yeah.
Thank
A
you, Joe Biden.
Boat goes through so much gas.
I did that.
Like insane amount of gas.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they're talking about that. They're talking about the alcohol with,
Yeah.
minors on board.
Right.
And like a county insured boat and all
Yeah.
this kind of stuff. So
Huh.
anyways, they're saying that the case should be reopened. The sheriff was stopped by this news agency and was tried to, they basically
Yeah.
went back and forth. He's like, why are you bothering me? Is this the best that you can do? The best stuff that you can talk about? And he won't say
Okay.
anything about it.
Well, the king of the sheriffs came forward and gave a lecture to the other sheriffs, and he
Yeah.
goes, "You confess with your mouth and believe in your heart
okay.
that you did nothing wrong,
Right.
And we'll look the other way.
Admit it.
Yeah.
Admit it and forget it."
Yep.
This
Admit
has
it,
to be
forget it.
like
That's a
written
better name,
somewhere.
honestly.
Yeah.
No,
This is
apparently that's
insane.
in their, I don't know what it's in, but it's like a thing. That's
Yeah.
like an official thing.
So let's say you get caught speeding.
right.
Yeah.
You go, yeah, I was speeding. All right, see ya.
See ya.
I mean,
We have officers who listen to this show, and I would be
Yeah.
really interested for you guys to write in and let us know like what your county's policy is on that.
Do you have
Because-
an admitted and move on?
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. Honestly,
I love
very
the phrasing. And I'm sure it's like that deputy has to be like, I admit it, and where you move on.
yeah.
I
Publicly.
do admit
Yes.
that something happened.
Yep.
I'd like to move on.
Let me propose an alternative. If they said that they would take that deputy, march he or her through the town square
Okay.
naked
Okay.
with a bell and people saying like shame,
Right.
No,
right,
shame,
right.
would you let that happen?
No, let me throw something at him.
Okay.
then yes.
Oh,
if
you could physically throw
I
some.
thought you were
yeah.
throwing out another idea.
No. Let me throw
We were
something.
both
Let me
waiting for
throw-
your
Yeah,
next.
yeah, same.
Let me throw a green tomato.
Oh, okay. Well,
Give me
then that's
a,
fine.
a beef steak.
And then we'll forget it.
Throw
Yeah,
it and move
aroma.
on.
We like
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Shame as a punishment is underused.
I would agree.
100%.
Agree. All right. Our next headline: we have a Florida woman.
Come on.
Okay.
Sounds cute.
That
Amen to that.
she drove to the police.
Leo?
department. She drove to the police department, and was following her GPS instructions.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Now, that's what she says. At least she followed them to the T. She ended up driving through the police department garage,
Yep.
across a plaza, and down a set of stairs.
Yeah.
And basically, her SUV is like jammed in a stairwell.
Can you show that to the
that's
live
gonna be
stream
tough.
camera?
Yes.
It's gonna be
Hold
a
on.
pickle to get out.
Here we go. So her car is basically just wedged between a ceiling and some stairs after following the GPS coordinates. Now, this is a total Michael Scott
Did
move.
she admit it?
And forget it.
Well,
You can't follow.
She didn't forget, but she did move on.
You
She couldn't
can't
move
follow
on.
the advice of robots, and we've been saying that for at least 20 episodes
That's
now.
very, very true.
Yeah.
Wayne.
I don't think I've said it.
You have to trust human beings only.
Now, police are saying it wasn't because of GPS or fully, because they're also saying it was the excessive blood alcohol level that she had.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's the
There it
alcohol to
is.
blood ratio.
She didn't admit that, though.
She didn't
She
admit it,
should,
and
though.
now she's in prison for life.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. All right. Our next headline also deals with a.
Yeah,
I
excuse
think
me.
we got a new neighbor
no,
with a
my-
motorcycle or
My
something.
tummy
Is
is
there a gang outside? Like, what is that
That's-
happening? Sons of Anarchy outside of
It's
our
so
studio.
loud.
That's my tum tum. I had Hungry Howie's.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
You bet we
Cajun
hug?
bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the salad?
What?
The salad
They have
there's
salad?
great. At Hungry
What?
Howie's?
I'm not trusting anything
You're paying-
green from a pizza company.
You're paying for that, or they're giving it to you?
No, it was like an accident. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, our next headline: we have a Florida man who bought a. The revving's going to throw me off. Who bought a Ford GT?
Come
All right,
on.
now
Okay.
this is a
Very nice car.
$700,000 car.
Yep.
All right. This is
Yeah,
a
GT40?
2006 Heritage Edition Ford GT.
Come on.
All right, 704,000 to be very specific.
Yeah.
Now, he bought this car and went to drive it.
Yep,
He
yep.
started driving it out of his driveway
Okay,
Yep.
so it's
and
already at home.
immediately
Yep.
crashed it into a tree. Now, this
GPS.
disabled the vehicle. It also triggered
Okay.
multiple airbags and caused the GT to slide way off the road into the sidewalk.
Now, is he trying to get rid of this car?
He is
on
not. No,
purpose?
he just bought this. This is a very, very expensive car
Okay, yeah.
for some people. And he was saying that this happened because the tires, the tires were old.
What?
The pavement was muddy, and the fresh detailing on the car.
That's a lot. I mean, they say plane accidents only happen because like a chain of events.
Right.
Come on.
So maybe it's like this,
Yeah.
you think
like
the detailing
bald
is
The
tires,
detailing? Right. Muddy.
a reflection of the sunlight off the hood that was waxed,
Oh, that okay. That's
and then
true.
the muddy surface in his
I
crappy
think
neighborhood.
we need to get the detailer in here to admit it.
Yeah.
That this was his fault.
Yeah.
So when are you going to read the next line where it says he's on drugs or alcohol?
He is not on drugs or alcohol.
Really?
He's just
No.
Just a bad
too-
driver?
He is
Too
sober.
old
He has
to
no idea
drive?
how to drive a manual transmission.
There
Huh.
it is.
He has no idea how to drive a stick shift.
What's a clutch?
But he bought this $700,000 supercar, drove it down the road,
Okay.
crashed it when he was trying to go from first to second gear.
yeah. Put some high revs in that. Shift it
Oh.
into second.
I mean, you're only going, what, 7 miles an hour?
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Dude, okay, this is like 550 horsepower. I think he could going from first to second.
he
you,
launched it right into
bro,
a tree.
you could go probably 50 miles an hour.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Shows you what I know. I drive a van, so
Yeah.
I don't know much
but
about
it's
that.
quick. It is.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you're that thing
0
goes
to
like
60 in 13 or 14 seconds.
Yeah.
at least.
Yep.
Oh,
At least.
yeah.
Yep.
So, anyways,
He's got to drop down TV, too. Real nice.
He also, it comes up during
Yeah.
this that he had a suspended license.
Okay.
There it is.
And the
Yeah.
car was unregistered.
Sins of the father.
You know, at that when you're in that capital level, when you're
Right.
making that amount of money, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and well, he said that the suspended license was due to a clerical error.
Okay.
True.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
by
It's the
him.
same thing with the boat.
Yeah, by his
It's supposed to be
secretary.
labeled
What was his
personal use
punishment?
boat.
What was his punishment?
I think he got let's see, a citation for driving without
like
with
a nasty
suspended license.
note.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and reckless driving, I think. No, a warning for his unregistered vehicle, but
Yep.
I don't think he got anything for crashing his car.
It's
into a
really
tree.
the path of least resistance that they go for. They see a guy with a lot of money,
Come on.
they're not going to lock him up.
Mhm.
No, that's the thing is if the punishment for a crime is a fine, that punishment only applies to poor people.
Thank you.
You see what I'm saying?
This episode is very controversial.
Okay, next, Florida-based company,
Yeah.
Tropicana.
Come on.
Ew, gross. They make some
Are
of
you
the
serious?
worst orange juice I've ever had. Them and Minute Maid.
This episode's
All right.
sponsored by Tropicana.
Try Natalie's.
Natalie's is very good.
Thank you.
Natalie's
It
is
is
way
very
better.
good.
And
I
they
really
pay
enjoyed
us.
enjoyed the 5
give us
jugs of it
money.
I had at your wedding because that's all you supplied to
Okay.
drink.
Yeah, well, to give them a shout out, I
Yeah.
did message them and I go, hey, get married, having a breakfast food truck. Would you provide the OJ?
And they did.
And they did.
And they did.
It was very nice of
For
them.
And then
free.
They, then they
And
bought
little-
us a, they
and
bought us a
little
Ford
personal.
GT. So
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, so here's what's happening with Tropicana. Now,
Yeah.
Tropicana came out with their own cereal called Tropicana Crunch.
I don't like that.
And this cereal is
Citrus?
specifically made for orange juice instead of milk.
Oh my God.
So the cereal is made to put orange juice in it,
Okay.
stir it up,
I'm kind of
eat
intrigued.
it for breakfast.
What's
I
the
knew you
flavor?
would be.
Okay,
I knew you would want some.
Yeah.
I
Now-
don't know, man.
I like because I like pulp in my orange juice.
Okay.
So
You're a
this is-
pulp guy?
Oh, I'm a pulp guy all day.
Look at him,
Look. Do I look like a pulp guy? Do I need to take my shirt off?
please.
Yeah, you do. But here's the thing, man. I don't.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting at a breakfast dinette,
Yep.
and someone comes in and they sit next to me, I'm having traditional English, and they sit next
So you
to
have
me.
a baked
You eat
beans,
peanut butter toast for
sausage?
breakfast.
That's what I said. And then they sit down,
Yeah.
and they've got an orange juice cereal.
Okay, yeah,
I'm calling
that-
the cops.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
I mean,
That's-
instantly. Like,
that's
what are
madness.
you doing in my Best
Hold
Western?
on. What is this? What
here's
is
the
this
thing,
flavor?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go back up. This is a honey almond breakfast cereal.
I mean, I'll try it.
I'll try it.
Yeah, I'll try
I mean,
it.
you have to use Tropicana orange juice, though.
Can we make a note to try that next week?
Yeah.
Just so we can get it.
Well, here's the thing. They haven't fully said where you can get it yet.
Okay.
Now, I happen to see
The
somebody.
Tropicana factory.
I happen to see somebody on TikTok trying it.
Really?
Of course.
Yeah. But also, I found out that in November, of last year,
Yeah.
Tropicana came out with their own toothpaste that
Cool.
basically they said was a toothpaste that you could eat or that you could drink orange juice right after brushing your teeth and it wouldn't taste bad.
Oh, wow.
You know how
is-
if you drink
yep,
orange juice and
yep,
then brush your
yep.
teeth, or drink orange juice after brushing your teeth? It's like
Yeah,
the worst
yeah.
thing ever. They're saying their orange juice
That's a niche
pairs really
product.
well with this toothpaste.
That's a
Yeah.
niche product.
Okay, yeah,
It's very-
that's
I like
odd.
your phrasing. It pairs really well.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever actually released it. They did like a sweepstakes for it, and they
I see what you're
gave
saying.
it away.
Here's the
Oh,
thing:
okay.
when you're
That's
a company,
brilliant marketing,
It is
though.
great
Yeah.
marketing, and when you're a company that does something really well, like fruit juice,
Yeah,
Right.
they do. Well,
why would you need to expand into these oddities like that?
Mm.
You think it's just
Boredom?
marketing?
boredom.
Yeah, right.
I mean, maybe.
You've been on the top so long.
You
get-
paying mid management too much?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, a salary adjustment's needed
Yeah.
at Tropicana.
At that point, yeah.
Pay those low boys more. Hey, fellas.
Joshua.
That music felt a lot shorter.
Mm.
Less time to prepare for your icebreaker.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But luckily, you guys had plenty of time to
That's
prepare
right.
for
We
did.
my
Yep.
icebreaker. Every week I show up and I go, you guys, you had a specific task.
Right.
And I do the sound when I throw the task to you. Luckily, this week I threw the task to you Sunday night.
Come on.
And I said,
Really?
here's 130 hours to prepare.
And
said,
I utilized all 130.
yeah. And I said, Kim, any story that's personal
Yeah.
and upsetting to you about bone, a bone material, bone marrow.
Yeah.
And then I said, Wayne, you have a story, anything in your life about ham.
Come on.
Prepare
Delicious.
them.
I feel like I have way more ham stories than bone stories.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
That's why I want to mix it up.
Come on.
I'm a big ham guy.
and I'm a big bone guy.
And then what I'm going to do as a celebration of Cinco de Mayo is I'm going to fuse those two.
Come on.
So, Cam, if you
In
would.
unison.
Yeah.
Why are you waving?
I'm not waving, I'm worshiping.
Okay,
You're
perfect.
worshiping.
Read a book.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you my bone story.
I love it.
All right. So this.
Oh, keep it clean. I meant to say
Oh,
that.
okay. Never mind. Skip. So my bone story happened in 2013.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
So I went over to Europe
Wow.
Oh, this is just, yeah.
on a tour.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've mentioned it. I think I've
You
mentioned
have,
it.
yeah.
I was on a tour with my choir from FSU.
Come
Big,
on.
That's
big
a
choir
bragger.
boy.
Yeah.
All right?
Oh, yeah.
So we were on tour there. We were singing in a bunch of cathedrals throughout Europe. We went to like Prague and Budapest and everything. Well, when we were in
This
Rome,
guy, he flies through the cities,
Uh,
even though, he brags about them.
I'm not bragging. Prague was beautiful. Vienna.
Well, that's where they throw people out windows, though.
Oh,
in
true.
Prague.
Yeah. So when we were in Rome, though,
Mhm.
all right. So we went to this.
When in Rome.
When in Rome, we went to this crypt.
Okay.
Okay.
What'd that be?
Huh?
What? I don't know why you say that.
Anyways, this crypt called I think it's pronounced Capuchin Crypt.
Like yeah.
It's
the
been
mon-
like 10 years since I've
the
been there.
monkey.
Now, no, that's offensive. So this crypt has the skeletal remains of 3,700 bodies in it.
Wow.
I don't know if you've seen
Okay.
any videos on it. So it's pretty famous. Like there's
Yeah.
just skulls like everywhere.
It's
And just
700 more than I
skeletons.
would have guessed.
Yeah, just about. So now these are friars, Capuchin friars that were buried there.
Oh,
Like Friar Tuck.
Well,
yeah, from Robin
again,
Hood.
offensive.
Right.
But anyways, so they're buried. They're on display now. You can take a tour of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a group of us
Uh-huh.
went and decided to check this out. I mean, like 3,000
People went?
skeletons.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I mean there's like 3,700 skeletons
Army
in
of
this
the
thing.
Dead.
It's like if you're gonna go see something, you might as well go see that.
Right. Come on.
Of course, yeah. And you saw it in person.
Yeah. So we went into this crypt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty
Smelly.
unnerving.
Can you
Okay.
put the fingers
Yes.
in the eye holes?
If nobody's
It's, like,
looking,
right
you
there?
can. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of friars.
Yeah.
But you couldn't let the tour guide see it.
Of course not.
Now,
Big Protestant, this guy.
like I said, I was there with a group of musicians,
Come on.
singers,
Come on.
and I don't know if it was like the acoustics in this room,
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
or
wow.
if it was just the fact that
Come on.
one of these guys just felt lead. Okay. But
Okay.
for some reason, one of the guys that we were on tour with
Okay.
just broke out into song.
Come
Okay.
on.
Oh, Danny Boy specifically, which is an Irish song.
Well, that's
folk
offensive.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When in Rome.
And yeah, started singing this. It sounded beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never been more embarrassed in my life. Just being
Amongst
part
the
of it?
dead.
I'm like, dude, you have to stop.
But you're not like leader of this where you
no,
can cut
I'm not.
it?
I'm not singing in this. This one guy
No,
starts
where you
singing.
can be like, hey, cut it out or you're off
oh
the choir.
no. I was just like one of the cooler people in the group, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Come on.
please stop. You're embarrassing everybody.
Yeah.
This is not the place to do this.
Right.
Of course.
You're singing an Irish folk song.
Mhm.
I don't think you're supposed to be singing in here at all.
Yeah.
Right.
What happens?
It collapses.
You have multiple singers in the room. They all start just
no.
randomly joining in
Harmonizing.
harmony.
Come on.
Dude, the tour guide, I don't think he knew what to do. I don't think he's
I don't
ever
think he's
had
ever had yeah.
anybody start singing. So I basically just left. I mean, I told him, I'm like, you
Good
have to
move.
stop singing.
Would
I
you
think,
do
I think
that?
this is offensive.
It-
Right.
yeah,
Come on.
for sure.
And so I just left. And
That's a good move. You really classed it up by leaving.
But you know what, though? What was
I can't
that?
be a part of that.
No.
What was that thing called where in the public people would like jump out and start doing
mobs.
synchronized
Flash mobs.
Flash mob.
around
You
that
flash
you
mob?
flash mobbed 3,700
A capuchin?
corpses. Yeah. Good
Like
for
I
you,
said,
bro.
You should put that on a resume.
Like I said, I only sang the second verse, and then I
Okay.
left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
No, I didn't sing it
That's
at all.
where you peak.
Now,
Yeah.
whenever I was in Europe, someone approached me and said, "Do you want to go see all the bones?"
Yeah.
And I didn't know that's what they were talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Oh yeah, a lot of fryers buried.
That's so
Wayne, do you have
great.
a ham story?
I do have one slightly different from Cameron's bone story.
I hope so.
You
Well, it's
guys know.
About ham.
Yeah, it is about ham. When I'm driving along the road, and this has come up before in our show, sometimes people recognize me.
Yeah.
And
Oof, yeah, it's hard to ride with you. If
It
I'm
is.
honest.
I'm always waving like the Pope.
Just like you were
everybody.
2
Sitting
minutes
here,
ago.
you're
Yeah.
always waving.
waving. And I was going downtown Tampa, and one thing that I try to do often, and I was never planning on mentioning this on the show because you don't let your left hand know what the right hand is doing. Amen. But I have a habit of picking up hitchhikers. Right. I've been blessed with a nice car.
Okay.
You just said
You just said you had a van.
but he said it had TV fold down.
Oh,
TV
that's
fold
true.
down.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
very
yeah.
nice,
That's
classy 2023 van, and so I pick up hitchhikers. A lot of room for hitchikers in my van.
For sure.
Well, a
we'll
lot
take-
of room in your heart too.
Well, because and
and
that's
it's caged off, which is suspicious.
that's the thing. But I have been blessed with the gift of generosity, and so I'm driving through downtown Tampa, and I see a man looking for a ride. Obviously,
Okay, how do you know?
he's got his thumb out,
Okay.
and he's got in the back of his shirt says, "I need a ride."
Which way is he facing?
Me, his head's turned around, a contortionist.
Yeah.
And so
Like an owl.
I pull over and I roll my window down
For sure.
and I go, "Hunk, you looking for a ride?"
Wrong
And
move, buddy.
he
He
goes,
said who?
He goes, "Actually,
I'm sorry.
no, that's good." And he goes, "Actually, I am." He said,
Yeah.
my driver didn't show up, so I'm just walking."
Right.
And I go, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, man. That sucks." Because I could tell he thought that maybe I was his driver. I'm in a
Right.
van. So I open the door. He gets in. We start driving. I said, "What are you in town for?" He said, "I'm in town doing a press event." And I was like, "Oh, dang, dude!" Like, and he's one of those guys that, like, when you're in the presence of somebody who's in entertainment, people who are around us, they feel this.
Do
Okay.
But like you can tell there's something special about them as a magnetic personality, above average looks.
People feel that about us all the time.
Come on,
yeah.
this guy was like 6'4", good
Okay.
bone structure, jaw structure.
Cam.
Hey, mine was about bones, not yours.
Right, but I was just referencing yours.
Good ham structure.
And so we're driving downtown Tampa. I said, "Where do you need
This
to
is
go?"
the worst.
And he said, "I'm going to the real nice fancy hotel
Okay.
in downtown, the fanciest one,
The pink one.
and the pink one." And I go, "That's fine." So we're driving, and I said, "Look, man, I'm not trying to be starstruck. I'm not trying to get in your business, whatever. But you said you're here on a press tour." And I go, "What is it? What is it that you're promoting?" He said, "I'm here promoting the new season of Mad Men."
Okay.
Okay.
And I go,
Ugh,
"Never heard of the show. What's your name?" He said, "My name is John Hamm."
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I had picked up television star John Hamm.
Man.
How crazy is that? How
I
blessed
can't.
am I
He's so
to,
tall too.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you got
to have
a,
picked up a
you had a
guy
van.
that is just world renowned,
Yeah.
and he wanted me to drive him to hotel. It's just cool, man. So now we text. He's a
Did he
fan of the show.
Did
John
he sing
Hamm.
any folk songs?
No, not to me. He didn't. But we're good friends now. He's probably on the live stream. But yeah, that's my ham story.
Wow. Well, talk about curveballs. You know, honestly, if I were any of a crueler soul, I would just be like, let's end the icebreaker right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But
I'm fine with that.
It's tough because, I've been training.
Okay.
For what?
Well, for Cinco de Mayo, of course.
Okay.
It's when I could fuse these two linguists, these two beautiful words, ham, bone,
Okay.
into ham boning. Have you ever heard of this art?
Wait,
Some
come
would
on. Wait,
call it-
what?
You got to be careful here.
Okay. Well, you've heard of cam boning.
Right.
That's where River is produced. Have you heard of ham boning? Ham boning is a musical art. It's producing sound by just your flapjacks, which is what they call your hands.
Okay. Just pause a second.
Yeah.
Flapjacks.
Yeah. They go, just take your two flapjacks.
Can the musician in the room, Cameron, can you explain what ham boning is?
Yeah.
I think Josh was trying to do it.
Well, it's
I
gonna.
think you just slap
I'm
yourself really hard and make a sound.
I'm an uneducated. I'm only YouTube trained,
Come on.
and
You
every,
train for this?
every week I sit here with two musicians.
Come on.
right? I can't. I can do the right.
That's
Right.
really good. That's
And I
about all
even
you got.
failed doing that.
yeah.
So I've been watching these YouTubes.
You're gonna
All right.
slap yourself in rhythm.
You made us
Yeah.
tell a bone and a ham story just so that you could have a performance here.
And also to celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
The
It doesn't have
unison of
anything to
these
do
two.
with
You're gonna ham bone on
celebrate.
an audio podcast.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Let me get my flapjacks warmed up.
Is that how you're going to sit?
You can sit any way you want, baby.
You don't need both feet on the ground?
Oh no, I'm upper torso only for this ham bone.
Okay.
No, I haven't graduated to level 2.
All right. If you could point your mic
hold
down,
on.
please, to pick
What
this
song
up
are you
better.
ham boning?
Taylor Swift, if I ever.
All right, here we go.
Done. Now, what did you hear any T Swift in that?
I did hear some T
I'm
Swift.
poop. These flapjacks are cooked, baby.
Something that we've talked about quite frequently on our show is the fact that a few different foreign countries have had ownership of Florida over the last 100 years.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Spain, the United Kingdom,
Tell it.
the French made an effort at it.
DeSantis.
Come on. So one thing that we haven't talked about on our show is the fact that in the 1980s, we actually had a foreign country exist inside of our state's border.
In the 1980s?
In the 1980s.
I wasn't around.
I'm going to toss this out there. I was born. I spent 7 years in the 80s.
I was born
Did
as
you
well.
know about this?
No, they didn't make it into my circles.
Kids book.
Yeah, kid cuisine facts.
Here's the
wasn't part
thing.
of.
When someone talks about a state leaving the United States, seceding from our great union, what's the first state that comes to mind?
Texas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some would
Texas
say
is good,
Texas,
yeah.
Well, they don't have-
California.
they're not on the grid, you know.
Others have said Florida might leave, right? That's
I
been kind
guess
of the
so.
rumor, right? But people rarely talk about a portion of a state seceding from the United States and forming their own country.
Like
Is
the
this real?
Vatican?
This is real.
This is very
Is
real.
it like a Vatican thing?
It is exactly what happened in Florida in 1982. This is the story of the Conch Republic.
the conch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cam, you said conch.
I was going to touch on this.
That's a thing.
First
conch
things
show?
first. First things first. The pronunciation is not conch.
Thank
it is
you.
spelled Conch. It is pronounced conch. Konch.
It's pronounced however I say it. If it's spelled that way and I say it that way, it's not wrong.
The
Wow.
authority of pronunciation. You're right. I'll
Yes.
give you that.
Yeah.
But this country was
It's
called
pronounced however I say it.
Yeah, that's a very American thing to say. We call them what we want to call them.
Yeah.
No, so it's the Conch Republic. So let's be respectful to this nation.
Thank you.
Cameron.
Okay.
In April of 1982, South Florida had a major drug problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, this is a heavily documented part of our state's history,
Right.
so I don't want to get too terribly sidetracked talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
But essentially, the Miami skyline was built with cocaine money.
Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Everybody
That's
knows
fine.
that.
We appreciate it.
We do. Drugs were pouring into and out of Miami so fast that the government couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
Cartels were operating out of downtown.
Yep.
Corporations were being funded by shadow coke funds.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane.
But thank you for building.
Thank you for building the
beautiful
nice
skyline.
glorious
Yeah, it's very nice.
timeline. But in 1980, a man named Ronald Reagan was elected president of the United States.
The actor?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
And all of a sudden, the U.S. government pretended to care about the drug problems in our country.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Ronald Reagan's seance conducting wife, Nancy Reagan, she spearheaded this
okay.
say no to
True.
drugs movement,
Yeah.
where on the surface it looked like the government was anti-drugs,
Yeah.
but in reality they were dumping crack into poor neighborhoods and using drug money to run guns in South America.
Yes. Contra.
But that's neither here nor there.
No. Don't.
You don't
forget
have an
that.
opinion on this, right?
No.
Okay.
But it's documented. You can Google it.
Yeah.
What's interesting, though, is when the White House launched this anti-drug campaign,
For sure.
a lot of states launched their own efforts to curb the sale of drugs.
What do they call this campaign?
Well, here's the thing. Again, a lot of folks don't realize this, but South Florida was the king of drugs during this time frame.
Yep.
So in April of 1982, the United States Border Patrol set up a checkpoint at the Last Chance Saloon in South Florida.
Have we talked about this saloon?
No, I don't believe so.
We've talked about a saloon,
Yes, but not this one.
not this one.
Now, the reason why this particular saloon is so important is because it's at the crossroads of two entranceways into the Florida Keys. So when they shut down this area to do checkpoints, it basically shut off the Keys from the rest of the state.
Okay.
You can do that? I thought they were islands. You just drive up to it. in a
No,
boat.
they it shut down all the roadways here.
The roadways.
Oh, the roadway.
Yeah, so when the
Okay.
Border Patrol
Cool.
sets up this blockade, it
Yeah.
essentially cuts off the Keys
Right.
from the rest of Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So they began checking every single vehicle leaving the Keys or arriving to the Keys
Really?
for, quote, illegal immigrant passengers,
Okay.
unquote.
Well,
Okay.
I thought it was a drugs thing.
That was the official statement. We're checking for illegal immigrants.
Okay.
But what was so confusing was how they were checking these cars.
Right.
Agents were dumping people's glove boxes onto the ground.
Well,
Okay.
there's might be a person in there.
Could be a
Okay,
tiny
yeah,
person.
A baby.
Searching under the seats, between the seats. And it
Baby.
didn't take long for folks to realize that the federal agents were actually just searching for drugs.
Yeah.
So the cars were being inspected so thoroughly that the average search time per car was 7 to 10 minutes.
Well, I think every time they go, is there a baby in here?
No,
Yeah.
Is there
right,
a baby under here?
right.
What about over here?
Legally,
Now, but
they have
think
to
about
say
this.
it.
Every single vehicle coming or going was stopped for approximately
lot.
10
That
minutes.
is a lot.
Oh, that's a long
Within
time.
2 hours, there was a 20-mile long traffic jam.
Oh my
Jeez,
gosh.
that's a lot of cars.
That's I-4.
Yeah.
To put that in perspective, the next city away from us is 7 miles. So this traffic jam was essentially 3 cities long
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
in a matter of hours. So news of this problem goes global. Hotels begin to empty, and people try desperately to escape the Florida Keys because they didn't realize that the actual entrance to the Keys was blocked off. All they hear about is, hey, like now's the time to go. You got to get out
Yeah,
of here.
of course.
So deliveries completely stopped to the Keys. All transactions at bars, restaurants, banks just ceased to exist. The major attraction of the Keys has always been tourism.
Yeah.
So
Right.
now it's at a standstill because of this Border Patrol traffic blockade.
Yep.
So the Key West City Council, they hold an emergency meeting and they decide to ask for a court injunction to force the Border Patrol to lift the roadblock.
Okay.
Because they're like, hey, like our way of life is being
Yeah.
affected here. Our citizens can't get deliveries. We've got no supplies
course.
coming in and out.
100%.
So the mayor of Key West, Mayor Wardlow, and a few other city officials actually had to fly by private plane out of the Keys in order to plead their case in front of a federal judge.
Wow. Okay.
And that's how like tightly things were locked down. So on April 22nd, the court ruled against the city council from Key West and refused to intervene on their behalf, keeping the roadblock in place.
Now, were the only drugs like coming into Miami from the
That's
Keys?
what's so strange about this is it's based on the assumption that all of the drugs coming into South Florida were coming from the Keys.
Right.
wouldn't
Which
suspect
I've never
that.
even heard that.
No, right. No one had either at the time. So it was a very odd decision. But again, it was kind of a trickle down thing, which
They're
Reagan
like,
is
we have to
famous
show
for
that
saying.
we're doing something.
I get it.
100%. It's all dog and,
And a
pony,
traffic jam. Is
kabuki
proof.
theater.
Yeah.
Right, 100%. So the Key West City Council, they're leaving that courthouse after the federal judge tells them, no, I'm not intervening. The council's leaving the courthouse. Reporters from all over have gathered around, and they ask the mayor of Key West, so what are you going to do next? What
Right.
happens now? To which Mayor Wardlow says, we are seceding from the United States.
Okay. Cool.
Wow.
And this is a city. This is just
Key West.
I bet he didn't
This is
sleep
just
that
the
night
city?
before making
Right.
that announcement.
Right.
wow. Okay.
So when I say like this story took off, like it was bat insane. It goes global.
Yeah.
Headlines around the world were declaring Key West secedes from the United States.
I think every other country's be like, ha ha.
Yeah.
That's how.
One headline even said Key West behind enemy lines.
Whoa, I like it.
That's
Like
good.
it's super dramatic. So following the announcement at the press conference, Key West city officials gathered downtown in front of the old customs building, and at noon on April 23rd, 1982, they formally announced their secession. And immediately,
God, this is
Love it.
crazy.
immediately there were scuffles and confrontations in the crowd because Key West citizens started outing Secret Service agents who were present and disguised as reporters.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
This guy searched my vehicle.
Yeah, so right away, Key
He's
West...
holding a camera now.
Yeah, like Key West residents are like,
Yeah.
F the United States government. And they start
Wow.
tackling and arresting Secret Service
What?
agents who are dressed
Jeez.
as reporters.
Oh my goodness.
Which is a really funny picture. Like, imagine these agents standing around with earpieces,
Yep.
but they're like super obvious, like their notepads and their trilby
course.
hats.
Yeah,
And they're like,
okay.
And they're like, interesting stories. See?
Yeah.
This will be good for the papers.
Question.
yeah. Read
are
all
they
about
talking
it
that way?
like a reporter
You know,
You know?
How you picture a reporter?
in the 80s with the trilby
From
hats.
Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mayor Wardlow,
Uh-huh.
he takes to the podium to address the fighting. And he says, this is a quote, "Don't you see? The United States government is already treating us as if we're a foreign nation."
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yes.
Stoking the fires, this
Yep.
guy.
Yep.
And then he went on to say that the blockade at the Last Chance Saloon was an act of war.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Now, I want to read this excerpt from his speech because this is the speech he gave this day. It's super interesting and it provides a lot of context of how like crazy the situation was. So this is an actual portion of the mayor's speech.
Okay.
He says, "I declare that Key West shall now be known as the Conch Republic.
Nice.
We serve notice to the government in Washington to remove this roadblock or get ready to defend your border against a new foreign nation."
Bro,
Wow.
how are they? I mean, come on.
Hold on. "We as a people
Yeah.
may have suffered in the past, but we have no intention of suffering in the future at the hands of a foolish and corrupt bureaucratic government."
When they're right, they're right.
Wow. Yeah.
After Mayor Wardlow's speech, the city council changed his title from mayor to prime minister of the
Oh
Conch
my
Republic.
God.
And they
I love
raised the Conch Republic flag all across the island, and other key islands raised the Republic flag as well in unison.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I'd
So-
love Cam to describe this flag.
Oh, it's a
How
conch
would
shell.
how would you design it?
A conch shell.
Just that's it? One
Yeah,
big
that's
shell?
it.
One
Yeah.
giant, that's actually what it was. It was a big shell.
All
Just a
right.
big,
It's a
big
guess
blue
for me.
flag with a shell on it.
yeah.
Well, it's
They didn't have a
beautiful.
lot of time to design it.
No, you don't.
This is happening pretty fast.
You got to
Yeah.
produce them really
Everything's,
quick.
everything's moving quick.
Right, yeah. So the newly declared prime minister and his now appointed cabinet,
Wow.
they leave for City Hall to draft a formal Declaration of Independence.
Love it.
So these guys are going all in. And here's the thing. They've seceded from the U.S. They've got citizens that are forming a militia. The mayor is now prime minister. They're taking it very serious. Well, they escalate it a little further because when they return from City Hall,
Okay.
the prime minister takes to the podium once again to formally declare war on the United
What?
States of
What?
America.
What?
It's one thing to
Yeah.
secede, but
Within
Now
minutes.
declare
Yeah.
war.
Within minutes.
They might have a good navy, though. Honestly.
Oh.
Within minutes,
Yeah.
the first battle of the war was fought.
What?
What?
Citizens of the Conch Republic
Uh-huh.
launched an attack on the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard
What?
ships that were stationed off the coast
With
of
what?
the island.
Eggs?
Close. Using homemade catapults and slingshots.
This is
The
insane.
army of Conch pelted the
Okay.
U.S. soldiers with stale bread, old donuts, and sourdough balls.
Oh, I love sourdough balls.
This is insane.
The onslaught lasted a full minute before the Navy and the Coast Guard retreated,
No.
granting the army of Conch the first official victory of the war.
No
That was so
way.
nice. That's
Yeah,
so
thank
nice
God.
of them.
Following the battle,
Bloodfest.
They're like, they're hitting us with bread. What do we do?
I guess we leave.
Yeah.
Just leave them alone.
Following the battle, Prime Minister Wardlow surrendered himself to a nearby Navy officer and declared himself a prisoner of war.
My God.
What?
I love it. Yeah.
Already?
I love it.
He then announced that the Conch Republic would seek $1 billion in foreign aid and war damages from the United
Oh
States
my
government.
God. I
They're
love
like,
it.
you hit us with bread. And then you're asking for
They're
$1 billion?
so extreme. Where do you even read of how to do this?
I know.
They're making it up as they go.
God bless.
The political theater worked because the next day,
Yeah.
the blockade was lifted.
No way.
The entire event has gone down as one of the most successful political protests
Wow.
in United
That's
States
what I'm
history.
talking about.
Although Key West never legally left the Union, April 23rd is still celebrated as the Conch Republic Independence Day.
We missed it.
We
Yeah, we
just missed it,
yeah.
bro. We literally just missed
We have
this.
to do something next year.
No, for real.
Live from Key West.
Here's the thing. At the celebration in Key West, visitors are granted a novelty Conch Republic passport
That's what I'm talking
that
about.
says, "We seceded where others failed."
Wow.
That's gold.
Here's a fun fact. Another battle actually occurred 10 years after this
What?
between the Republic and the U.S. Navy, where members of the Republic launched water balloons at U.S. Navy ships that they believe were stationed too close to the
Oh
island.
my gosh. I love the rebellious spirit.
That's the thing. The reasoning they gave is that the U.S. Navy didn't ask for permission to dock in their waters.
Yeah.
And the Navy responded officially by sending a letter to Key West that read, "In no way, shape, or form did the U.S. mean to challenge or impugn the sovereignty of the Conch Republic."
Oh my gosh.
I feel like they're just making fun of them.
And that's the story of the Conch
I
Republic.
love it.
Bro, how wild is that, dude?
I'm ready to
Like,
move.
This is like field day, though. Think about it. Like,
It is.
They're like this.
Yeah.
The blue team is throwing bread at you in water balloons. And-
Right.
I mean, it's just
It's amazing.
At
though.
any given,
insane.
here's the thing. Props to the U.S. Navy
Yeah.
for not
Yeah,
just
for not-
obliterating.
Yeah, for not sinking.
Oh
them.
yeah.
Because someone on that ship was like, "You want me to
The
kill
50
him? You want me to
cal?
kill
Yeah,
them
should
all?
we just like
Should we just mow them down?"
Yeah.
And then the captain's like, "I mean, just throw them bread.
Yeah. They're throwing bread
Leave them be."
let's just go?
that had
Let's
to
just go
come-
over there.
from the higher ups to move the ship.
Oh yeah.
But bro, what I love about it is obviously it's just political theater. But dude, props to that mayor, man.
yeah.
Like that is brilliant
I
marketing.
hope there's like a statue of him somewhere.
Well, that's the thing, man. As if he had just came out and did any other kind of protest or sit in, it would have gotten no publication.
But he's a prisoner of war.
He's a prisoner of war. They seceded from the
Sure.
from the U.S. government, and now like worldwide, they're running stories about Key West behind enemy
Yeah,
lines.
I
Like
love
that's insane.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I didn't
Good
know.
story. No.
You know what's amazing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
Episode-
didn't know how to say it, so it's
Conch.
Yeah, he's been saying it wrong the whole night. But we don't shame for speech impediments.
I know, but I'm not gonna change it now.
No.
You shouldn't have to. You're born that way, man. You're
No, I know
beautifully
how to
and
read it.
wonderfully made.
Just because you're
Episode-
saying it incorrectly doesn't mean I'm gonna change.
Come
the
on,
way I say
okay.
it.
Come on. This guy's a big right wing vibes. Episode 181
Uh-huh.
is what we just completed, and I will tell you, it felt really, really special.
Yeah.
It did.
And we had said early on, once we pass 181, I think we're gonna be closer than ever in
Then
our
we'll find our
friendship.
groove.
We're
yeah.
gonna find our groove.
Yeah.
Really,
Well,
get
really, what
going.
we said was as soon as somebody ham bones for the first time in front of
Come
us,
Yeah.
on.
You ham bone on air. It's like a speed bump, and now
Yeah.
we're gonna hit like cruise control.
Glory be. Well, patreon.com/FMOFM podcast is
Yeah.
where you can find more about our show. We're live streaming right now
Mm.
to all of our blessed Patreon
Yeah, thank
subscribers.
you.
And we love you and we appreciate you. And Josh, do you want to ham bone us out?
please.
No, I would not like to ham bone us out.
If you could do it to the outro music, can you please ham bone the outro
just
music?
play it.
No, right now. Go ahead, please.
My flapjacks are already burning over here.
Warm them up. Come on.
You're hurting them.
Is it getting it?
Nope. Keep going.
I'm cooked, baby.